This is part 5 of a series of videos following the course of HMS Prince of Wales, the second Queen Elizabeth class aircraft carrier and the Fleet Flagship of the Royal Navy, which deployed on an 8-month mission to lead an international task force to the Indo-Pacific named as UK Carrier Strike Group 25. Its mission, called Operation High Mast, began in April 2025 and will end in December. In the last video, we followed HMS Prince of Wales as she led the Carrier Strike Group 25 through the Indian Ocean on heading to the northwest tip of Sumatra Island, Indonesia. The 1,436 miles or 2,311 kilometres journey took the Carrier Strike Group 6 days before it entered the Malacca Strait, which divides Malaysia and Sumatra, heading into Singapore Strait, and finally on day 8 she berthed at the prominent Marina Bay Cruise Centre facing the spectacular skyline of Singapore. HMS Prince of Wales will stay for 6 days in Singapore. The British carrier's 6-day port call in Singapore has ended. This now marks the start of a 4.5-month Indo-Pacific leg of the deployment. Following her departure from Singapore on 29th of June 2025, the carrier will sail to the Java Sea. Here on the 1st of July 2025, an Indonesia Navy Sampari class fast attack craft KRI Talisman 630 sails past HMS Prince of Wales as she prepares to launch F-35 jets over the Java Sea.
Wave off into the nice to
One, two, one.
So we're
Back up.
and then get the aircraft back on it and then down again as well. And a set state to work to
they
make themselves, yeah. So just like we've got here, you have with language.
It's we've got hard starboard, no, we've got on the 01 service, 2-1, flight number 12.
This is slightly now, it's a really subtle back 4.688.
Yeah.
How do they have a bigger weight than us?
Well, you see 135.
Doing about 1
3 strokes, 5 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. Copy 3 spots, sir.
Yeah, this is for the wave off.
Yes, I mean.
These guys are fours. Michael Park underneath. Yeah, bravo. Cool.
Good checks. Ship Marine Center and DSC, we are in shoulder pitch and roll with a green. Departure.
On the 4th of July, HMS Prince of Wales led the Carrier Strike Group 25 to the Bali Sea. Here, aviators from 845 Naval Air Squadron took to the skies to conduct winch training operations. The crew of the Merlin Mark IV helicopter conducted winching training for some of the Royal Navy junior aviators with the help of the Spanish warship SNS Mendez Nunez F-104. The Spanish frigate has been an ever-presence with the Carrier Strike Group 25 shortly after HMS Prince of Wales departed Portsmouth in April. Once the winch training was complete, the Merlin Mk4 helicopter was able to film the arrival of the Royal Australian Navy HMS AS Sydney DDG-42, a Hobart-class air warfare destroyer. At this point, the Carrier Strike Group 25 navigated across the Bali Sea, entering the busy shipping lanes of the Lombok Strait, which divides the Indonesian islands of Lombok and Bali, before entering the Indian Ocean, then the Timor Sea. Sailing roughly 550 kilometres or 341 miles off Darwin, the capital city of the Northern Territory, Australia. HMS Prince of Wales entered the Timor Sea on the 8th of July, and on the 9th of July 2025 she prepared to conduct F-35B Lightning II flying operations in the late evening off the coast of Australia in preparation for exercise Talisman Saber 2025. Exercise Talisman Saber is the largest bilateral combined training activity conducted between the Australian Defence Force and the United States Armed Forces. The participation of the United Kingdom-led Carrier Strike Group will represent the first time a non-US aircraft carrier has been involved in Talisman Saber. However, she will not be alone. 22nd November 2024, USS George Washington, 73, returned to Japan. She will be based at Yokosuka Naval Base. It's 9 years since she last deployed in the region. During this time she spent 6 of those years at Newport News Shipbuilding in Norfolk, Virginia, receiving a major overhaul which included refuelling the ship's nuclear reactors. The 104,000 tons, 333 metres or 1,092 foot long carrier is now beginning a long-term full deployment in the Indo-Pacific. In 2025 she has undergone and completed many sea trials and has received significant updating to onboard systems. It is this mighty carrier that will join up with HMS Prince of Wales during Talisman Saber 2025. Part 6 of this series of videos continues to follow the journey of the UK Carrier Strike Group as it conducts joint operations off the Australian coast with US carrier USS George Washington. Thanks for watching.
Am I breaking? I think I'm sorry, I'm breaking.